And welcome back here, folks, to your broadcast here at Ohlone College in Fremont, California. We've got a 1-0 game to start off the game. I mean, vastly different from how it's been previously throughout this 2 games before us. Ball taken on the outer part of the plate. Off speed right in the middle of the plate. Excuse me again, folks, if you're just tuning in here. I'm trying to catch up. Got to put everything in my scorebook here. We'll be a little bit behind to start this off, but ground ball right side through the gap for a base hit. I mean, that's a great way for Medina to start off the day, especially coming off of a previous inning where they just gave up a run, which is unusual for them at this time. But good start, good leadoff at bat there. Oh, pitch inside for ball 1. Ball outside for ball 2. Ball 1, excuse me. Oh, no, ball 2, yeah, what? Ball 3, the at-bat. Chewy looking in a good spot here. Chewy had a pretty good game last game. Got himself 2 singles and a double up the middle. I mean, Vasquez has been one of the best hitters on this team. I mean, right now he's top ranked out of this team, and even probably in the conference. Ball 4 there, 4-pitch walk. Renegades now threatening. They were in this position last inning with 2 on, and now they're just handing it right back. Now up, Brady Hernandez. Takes ball in the dirt. Good block back there. Brady Hernandez with a pretty good season going on. 318, 22 at-bats. We're looking at, I mean, a very good slugging percentage. 455, 500 on base percentage. So looking to move all these guys over, keep the line rolling. Ball, short chopper. Tough play. No throw at all. Swinging bunt there for the base hit. I mean, talk about misfortune for the Vikings here. That's not what you want to see. Okay. Everything's been written in now. We should be good to go. No more hustling and bustling around for me. Ground ball. Down the line. Fair ball. 1 run will score. Second run's on its way in. Setting the 3rd runner. Here comes Hernandez. Play at the plate. Not in time. 3-run triple for Joe. For Big Canberra. I mean, you just can't ask for a better start. Giving up that one run kind of in a weird jam to start off. Ball in the dirt, blocked for ball one of the at-bat. Now Max Matig. Matig got some looks last game. Subbed in for Chewy Vasquez. Ball high. Big sweeper down in the dirt for ball number 3. Pretty easy take considering it's 2-0. You're looking for something to hit. Pitcher's not been locating as well as you'd imagine if you're Barstow, and that's just a take all the way. Foot down early, just watch it go by. (3-0) on the way. Takes and deals. Strike on the inner half of the plate. Ball 4 for Max Matig. Works himself a walk. So now, I mean, if you're Barstow, you really got to worry about the task at hand. You got to get outs. Sitting in here with no outs, with 3 runs already across, is just not what you want to do, considering last game, I mean, you held him to a decent amount of runs. Granted, it did run rule in the 7th, much better than the first game of this series. Strike on the inner half. And here comes Stewart, who didn't get much action in the first game, but has been a big impact for the Renegades. I mean, he's third in overall in average with 31 at-bats. He's hitting .484 for the squad here. Ground ball left side. Fair ball! They're going to run for days here as well as field in left field. 1 run will score. Stewart holds up at second. And Matig at third. RBI double for Stewart. I mean, at this point, if you're Barstow, you're thinking, how do we get them out? It's just been every single hitter's found the gap. I mean, you can't. There's nothing wrong with the players out in the field. I mean, and that's actually going to be Monty's day. Excuse me, Estrada's day. Pitch 0 out, so record it for not even a full third of an inning pitched. So we can close the book on Estrada here, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds for your update on this new pitcher. And now, folks, in the pitch here is number 15, Jaden Yoon, who's not looking at the greatest ERA so far, a 12 ERA with 1 loss, 3 appearances, 6 innings pitched. He's given up about 11 hits with 8 runs and an 8 ERA with 3 free bases and 3 strikeouts. So Yoon with a difficult situation here. Coming in to clean up a mess that he does not want to be in right now. I mean, you got runners at second and third with nobody out, with the Renegades trying to put up a significant amount here. A strike one comes in across the heart of the plate. Something interesting, though, about Yoon is, I mean, he is a side armor. He's throwing from a slot that not a lot of people see very often. So maybe that can help help Barstow here, the Vikings, get out of this inning as Kuchia swings and misses on a ball just about bounced to the plate. Oh, 2, looking to put him away. Gets a sign. Kicks and deals. High fastball. One, 2, here comes. Way outside in the right-hand batter's box there. 2-2 is the count. On deck is Cam Higaman, who has not been having the greatest success of fortunes here so far this season, coming out of a pretty rough slump, but he is coming off of a shoulder injury as well a few weeks ago, so give him some grace around that injury. He will be playing DH today. 2-2. Fouled back. Kuchia staying alive here. Kuchia, I mean, the numbers don't lie. He's hitting 500 as of today's game, and with 32 at-bats, 15 runs, and 16 hits, he gets on board, he scores. I mean, his speed is incredible. It's an impeccable force to be reckoned with on the base paths. Fly ball left field. Wells comes in. Ready to tag. Here's your throw, Wells. Cut off, and run scores. Good productive out there by Caden Kuchia. I mean, you can't really ask for much more there. So here's Cam Higaman with 1 out and a runner at second with a 5-1 lead, feeling very confident right now. Not much pressure on him. Gets an early look in the first inning to kind of see how the pitch is going to be, get himself in a little bit of a groove. Ground ball left side, short ground ball, stay fair, and foul. Yoon looking to limit the damage here. Try and get some more outs. 0-1. Big slider, but just misses outside. I mean, that is a ruthless pitch. If you're a hitter and he can locate that pitch in and out of these innings, that's going to be very difficult to hit. Higaman fouls it back. Heads up softball field back there. And speaking of softball, folks, if you're here from game 1, you're like, oh, well, where's Armando? Where's our man Armando? He's down at softball right now. Their game is going to kick off in around 30 minutes. Short chopper to shortstop. Throw to first. Not in time. Big hustle single there by Cam Higaman. I mean, when you're in a bit of a slump, it's kind of get on however you can. Just make contact, get on, feel yourself getting a little bit of a momentum, you could say. Here's Thompson. I mean, if Thompson manages to reach base, that'll be 8 out of the front 9 hitters reaching base here. Something that Barstow does not want to see. Fly ball left side, flaring foul. 0-1, kicks and deals. Foul tip to the back of the screen. Thompson wanted that. I mean, he sees that pitch. He wanted it, but he also didn't want it. He stopped his swing, really kind of frustrated with how that check swing ended. Hopefully he can wipe it out of his mind and head on to this next pitch with a good positive attitude here. 0-2. Foul back again. I think the lefty-lefty battle here between Yoon and Thompson it's going to be difficult for Thompson because that slider, I mean, that's a bender. It's almost reminiscent of Chris Sale with his sidearm delivery of a slider out and away. And if Yoon can locate these pitches, he's going to be hard to hit. Thompson flares to left field. Wells ranging left to the right. Made the catch. 2 away now. So we've now officially hit through the lineup. Medina, who got a single to start off the game, ended up scoring, putting up the first run on the board here. Looking for similar fortune as that slider's in for strike one. Hit in the back. I mean, I'm doing my score sheet here, and I didn't think I'd have to be writing in the first inning box for the Renegades lineup here. I mean, they're now on their 11th hitter of the inning. This is something Barstow does not want to have happen here. Chewy Vasquez stepping in the box. Very good hitter. Hits him. This is just something you don't want to see. It's 2 in a row now. It's very reminiscent of what happened in game 1 where there was 4 hit by pitches in the same inning. Score is now 6-1 in the bottom of the first inning, 2 outs. Ball outside, and funny enough, if there was a lefty hitter up, it would have plunked him too. Hernandez up, who we've had some talk about. I mean, Brady Hernandez, he's hitting .318, which on this Renegades lineup is technically on the lower half of averages here. The Renegades are sitting at about 6 people above 400. I mean, that is an astronomically high batting average. I don't know how you wouldn't be, undefeated by this point if you had those averages, which they are. 2-0. Just outside for ball 3. 3-0 count after the 2 hitters ahead of you getting plunked. I mean, this is 100% a take all the way. There's no reason to swing at this ball. Just get your timing down. Understand the release point of this pitcher. Strike in the middle of the plate there. 3-1. Ball 4 low and away. So that will walk in another run. Canberra now, who last at bat in this inning about 5 minutes ago hit a 3 RBI triple. Something triple you don't see often, and that triple was actually down the third base line. I mean, that could definitely be scored a double on advance on the throw for sure. But, give him credit. High and just outside for ball 1 of the at-bat. Just inside on that sweeper there. 2-0. I mean, the pitches look great. Yoon is throwing pitches that are competitive. But the problem is it's just not in the zone. There's just not a pitch that he's located where they've even needed to swing. The last 4 hitters haven't even tried to swing the bat. Ball outside again. I can only you can see the frustration on number 15 here, and it's very frustrating being a pitcher up there, being brought in to clean up the bases loaded jam that they were already in from the previous pitcher Estrada, and having to be here now, and you're in the same funk of you just can't put it over the plate. It's very frustrating. 3-0 pitch, taken outside for ball 4. I mean, I'm running out of ways to put on my score sheet here. This is getting interesting. We might, on this pace, they're going to hit through the lineup again in the first inning. I think Armando might be happy he's down there prepping for softball right now because he wouldn't have to see all these walks going on. I mean, the last, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters have either been hit by pitch or walked. Taking a swing. 5-6 hole. On the run. Throw to first. Picked. Good play there for the out of the inning. I mean, give credit to where credit's due. Baggery making a great play at third, but it's pretty quiet out here. Barstow's not excited. They were very pumped up first inning, getting a lot of runs in a potential scoring position and being aggressive. But now that you're here, the script's completely flipped. I mean, if this goes the same way that the first game went, where it was 27-0, the Renegades did put up an 8 spot earlier in the day. So if this continues, then it's going to look ugly for Barstow. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome backs, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what? I just said welcome backs. Hello. Wake up, Bodie. Come on now. Welcome back, everyone, to our stream here with a score of 8-1. The Renegades are up against the Vikings in the top of the second inning. I mean, if you just joined us, first inning, eventful. Very eventful. The Vikings started off strong. I mean, got the dugout pumped up, got the crowd pumped up. They said, this is going to be a different game. First pitch, fly ball, right center field, ranging back. Can you make the play? Over the shoulder basket catch. What a play out in right field by Stewart. My goodness gracious. Not Stewart, excuse me, by Thompson. Let's talk about athleticism, ranging back the whole entire way to rob Traylor of a hit. I bet Traylor's going to want that one back. I mean, he almost had it. But anyway, as I was saying, I mean, the Barstow Vikings looking for a better start to that. I mean, they had a great start to the game. They were threatening with even more runs available on the base paths. But once the Renegades come out and said, we're not playing that game here, they dominated the first pitcher, Estrada, not even letting him record an out. He gets taken out, allowing 4 hits, 4 runs, and a walk with no strikeouts. And then Yoon comes in, pitches the rest of the inning, gets 3 outs, but allows 4 more runs. As well, swings and misses on a nice off-speed low and away there. First strikeout of the outing for Monty here. And Monty, I mean, let's talk about Bryce Monty. We haven't really been able to talk about anybody yet, but I mean, he has a 0 ERA. He has absolute 0 earned runs allowed. He's 1 win, 3 appearances, 9 innings pitched, 4 hits, only allowed 1 run, but it wasn't earned. Most likely on an error. 1-1 here. Now here's Lale. This is his first action, I believe, as a hitter this game. Ball. Hoping to kind of spark some interest and some energy into the Barstow team after getting kind of their whole entire life sucked out of them in the first inning. Looking for some sort of miracle here on a 2-2. Kicks and deals. Got him. Great pitch, about 88 miles an hour on that last pitch. 3 up, 3 down for the Renegades here. I mean, Monte's dealing. First inning, kind of a little shaky, but I'm going to assume second inning from here on out, it's going to be locked down from him. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Well, folks, if you're a Barstow fan, you're hoping this new pitcher can help you. We got a new pitcher on the mound here. We got Derek Hommel, who did pitch last game. Wasn't too bad. I mean, he didn't pitch last game. He's actually a position player too. He's hitting 318 on the season, and as a pitcher, he's only allowing a 267 average. So, I mean, he's been pitching pretty well. It's been a nice, confident season for him. Hopefully he's coming out. I mean, you got to ignore the scoreboard if you're Hommel here. No reason to think about the hole you're in. You got to make it a new game. Act like you're starting it off. Fresh pitcher, fresh at bat. You just got to wipe everything off the board and just start fresh here as Stewart comes up to the plate. His last at bat, he had an RBI double. They ended up walking around and scoring as well. Ball 1 there. I mean, folks, if you could see my score sheet here, it is full. Line drive, 5-6 hole, straight to Tristan Wells in left field. Great hit by Stewart. I mean, if you're going to keep this moving like this, this game could go on forever. Now, Caden Cuccia, arguably the hottest hitter on the team and hottest hitter in the conference, hitting 500. I don't know how many times me and our monitor were going to have to repeat that, but 500. Talk about a number. I mean, people dream of hitting 300 in a season, and he's so far at 500. Line drive, right center field, gets down, cuts it off in center field. Rounding third, held back at second was Stewart. He thought about it. Third base coach held him up. Just a single. And again, I mean, as Armando was talking about earlier in our previous game here, the Renegades, they come out to play. I mean, that's now 2 first or second pitch hits that have been recorded early on in an at-bat. They're not here to let the at-bat linger. They want to get in and get out of the box with a hit. Squares the bunt, but Higaman gets beamed directly in the back. I mean, that is an impressive, as the fans in front of me are talking about, that's an impressive way to get out of that. He almost got hit right in, they would have been practically in his face. I mean, he was squared, fully turned a bunt. You can ask any player how difficult it is to turn around when a ball's coming at you when you're squared to bunt. It's insane. So bases loaded, nobody out, in a very early jam. Hommel is off speed in the middle of the zone for strike 1. Hommel here, I mean, if you're Hommel, take a deep breath, slow it down. Line drive up the middle. In the gap. We're running for days here. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Hegeman is being sent. Diving to third is Thompson with a 3 RBI triple. Oh my goodness gracious, are the Renegades here to pounce? 3 RBI triple, an absolute bullet to the left center gap. I mean, as someone just said in front of me, you can't get better than that. I mean, you can't execute much better than what he just did. Now the Renegades up 11-1, which was close to the final score of the last game in the second inning. I mean, it's 2-0. Here's the count. I mean, this is the bloodbath. The Renegades are here to absolutely open up on this last game of the series and show them, kind of show anyone watching this streamer or looking at the results here who they really are and how well they can hit. So Jordan Medina up here, who had 2 at-bats in the first inning. He had a single, ended up scoring, had a hit by pitch as well in that inning. We'll see what he can do here with a 2-1. Kicks and deals. Almost hit him there, too. Renegades seem to be ball magnets this game. Three one. Here comes. Inside for ball 4. So Medina walks. Continues his streak of, a lot of at-bats on base. Medina was a big difference maker in the first game, continuing the rallies and getting his team on the board. I mean, this opening 4 people in the lineup, this is hard to get by. Medina, Vasquez, Hernandez, and Cambra. I mean, Chewy Vasquez, what a player. Gold Glover on the field. Ball just outside there. Vasquez's first inning of work. He had 2 at-bats in the first inning. He had a walk and a hit by pitch, so he's looking to swing the bat here. Get himself in the average column in this game here. Here's a sign. Kicks and deals. Off speed just outside. I mean, so far, a theme for Barstow has really been the pitch selection in the way of not being able to locate. We've seen in game 1, there were 4 hit by pitches in one game. In the last game, I mean, there was much better pitching, but still, that's the main problem here. And then in this game, we're just rolling over game 1's problems where you can't hit the zone. They're throwing 65, which a lot of these guys, they want to see. They want to see a mile per hour they can do anything with. And if you can't locate it, this is BP for them. Strike 1 in there for the at-bat. 3-1 here. I'm assuming Chewy, especially with 2 runners on, nobody out. Vasquez is going to look for a good swing in the bat here. Right center is, everyone's playing pretty straight away. Left fielder's shaded a little bit to the left side, but 3-1. Foul ball right side. Well, they retrieve this foul ball. I'm going to pull up the softball stream. Granted, they still have about 15 minutes till they kick off the softball stream, but got to support my partner out there. Got to see what the game score is up to. Get ready for that to be pulled up here. Chewy, fly ball, center field. Seems to be tagging. Will tag. Cut off to second base here, and that'll be a sac fly for Chewy Vasquez as Thompson will score. So that makes the score 12-1 with only 1 out in the inning. Great sinking fastball there. We want to see more of that. That's an amazing pitch. Here's number 18, Hernandez. His first inning of work, he had a base hit and a walk as well. Big wild pitch out there. Good stop by the catcher. Lael's been busy back there in the squat. He's had to deal with some wild pitches, some hit by pitches, pitches not going where he wants them to. He's been a busy man back there. Hummel with the pitch. Good off speed there for strike 2. Hummel hoping to get this batter out, continue to gain outs in this inning. Kicks and deals. Foul ball left side. A little bit of a slide step there, hoping to probably get rid of the timing of Hernandez, hoping to mess him up a little bit. One and two. Here comes. Strike. 3. Got him. It's a big strikeout for you in there. Hernandez, not so much. Wishes he got that back, but I mean, excuse me, Hommel. Hommel's got to dig deep here. You've one of the better hitters as well, Canberra, who, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he's a fairly high OPS here, or a slugging percentage. He's hitting 531 on slugging percentage. It's a very good slugging percentage there with strikeout there on the outer part of the plate. I mean, there's two sides of the story here. If you're the Renegades, just continue pounding. I know Coach Kern in the dugout's going to say, hey, let's keep doing it. Let's make it 27-1, just like we did in the first. Ball left side, just under the glove of the shortstop. Suzuki, as that's a base hit for Canberra here, moving the lines up. Medina to second, Canberra to first. Just racking up the hit column. I mean, Canberra's had a day so far. Canberra, in the first inning, had a 3-run triple and also walked. So, I mean, he's been on base both times. Big contributions to his team here. And now with Matigi here, looking to extend this lead. High inside fastball. Almost got him. Checks the runner second, kicks and deals. Good block by Lale there. Slaps himself a little bit. Hommel does. Maybe to wake him up, kind of get out of this slump that he's in on the strike zone. Checks the runner second. Medina, decent lead. Kicks and deals. Off speed, way outside again. Seems to be kind of an on and off theme going on here with, I mean, the high of striking out Hernandez. I mean, he's a great bat, third hitter on this team, who got on with a single and a walk last inning. And good pisser for strike one. But, I mean, going from a strikeout, Canberra to a single, and now you're threatening to walk this hitter and then lead back to Stewart, who started the whole inning. He was the first hitter of this inning. Strike 2, 3-2 count. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. They will definitely be going here. See some action over there. I mean, if this ball's in play, it's scoring It's scoring both of them. Checks Medina. No one covering. Kicks and deals. Runners go. Ground ball left side, just foul. Staying alive here is Matigi. I'd imagine Max here is a little internal factor is if he gets on here and keeps the line rolling, this is going to be the second inning in a row that they hit through the order. When's the last time you could say that? Runners go early. Fly ball left side. Ranging over his wells. Battling the sun. Got it for a third out of the inning. So Renegades tack on 4 more as they almost hit through the order yet again. And Stewart will lead them off in the bottom of the third, but if you're Barstow, you're hoping to really limit the damage. I mean, you only gave up half of what you gave up in the first inning, but every inning is going to need to be getting better and better and better. There's no excuses. You've got to execute your pitches. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back, folks, here at your top of the third inning of work for the Renegades versus the Vikings here. Bit of an interesting game so far. I mean, it's 12-1. In the first inning, it's rough. If you're the Viking, you're hurting a little bit. You wanted to come out differently. They did come out differently. They put up 1 run in the first, threatening with more. First pitch strike there to number 9, Wilson, who's rounding out the batting order here. And I mean, the story of it was a different kind of confidence coming out of the dugout. I saw a little bit of light in their eyes. Maybe they thought, we came all the way from LA for what? To lose by a run rule in the second game and by 27 in the first one? No. You want to come out here to execute and to play well. Granted, they might not be the highest ranked team or have the best talent out there, but they want to fight. They're all athletes. They're all here for a reason. As the 1-2 pitch comes in, foul back. Got him on the outside part of the plate. Great pitch there. Great off speed. Backwards K for Monty here. I believe that is now his third strikeout of the game so far. So now back to the top. Suzuki, who ground ball up the middle. Chewy, range to his left. Up the middle. Easy throw. Got him a 1. Before I can even say anything, I was going to say Suzuki, who got on an error to the second baseman last time, but not much to be said this time. Scott Hershey up to bat, who led off the game for the Vikings last game. Had a pretty good game. I mean, he was being a good presence in the leadoff spot. Fly ball right side. Ranging to his left. Battling the sun. Tracked it down for the out. I mean, the range is just there. It's really incredible. Great play by Thompson out in right field. Well, that'll do it for the top half of your third inning here. 3 up, 3 down has been the trend so far. Renegades looking to extend their lead from 12-1 to put up some more runs here on the board, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back here, folks. Stewart to lead off for you guys in the bottom of the third here. Ball 1 in the dirt. Stewart's had a great game so far. Has a RBI double and also a single come across the score both times. Stewart almost got a second at-bat in the second inning. Was 1 hitter away if Max didn't get out. And, I mean, now he's up in the third. So far, as we were talking about, me and Armando from yesterday's game as the ground ball foul over here on the left side is every single hitter from the front four to the first, second, third, and fourth hitter all got a plate appearance from the first inning to the eighth. We've never seen that before. I mean, I've never seen it with my own eyes in a game ever. And, I mean, we're on pace for all 9 to go all 8 innings this game. This is going to be interesting. I mean, so far in the first inning, we've had like 13 batters around there in the first inning. Second inning almost hit through the order. We had 9 batters show up. Ground ball left side to shortstop Suzuki. Thought he messed it up. Throws now. Just got him in time. Well, that ends Stewart's perfect day with a 6-3. That was a little interesting of a play, too. I mean, Stewart's got speed, and the shortstop Suzuki fielded it cleanly, looked correct, and maybe he just didn't feel it in his glove because he kind of looked back down, kind of bobbled with it, maybe thought he lost it. I mean, especially with a game like this, you got to be in your head. You're not feeling yourself really. Down 11 in the third inning. You're not really feeling confident necessarily, so. 0-1. Thought it got a piece of Kashia there, just barely missed him for a ball inside. One on one with 1 out. If anyone believes in angel numbers on this stream, you're happy right now. Kashia takes the ball alone away. 2-1. As I'm saying this, the national anthem is currently playing over at softball, so we're about probably 3 minutes from first pitch as some people stand and remove their caps listening to the national anthem down there. Speaking of national anthem, if anyone watched the Super Bowl, Charlie Puth performed the national anthem there, and I got to say that was an amazing rendition of it. I really enjoyed it. Ball 3 low inside to Caden here. I mean, Charlie Puth's been around for years. I mean, he has been a music artist that has grossed the charts for many years, but I feel like doesn't necessarily get the recognition. Fly ball center field, ranging back. Caught just on the warning track because she had not enough power on that one to get it out, but I mean, wind's kind of blowing in on us, kind of swirling out there, so unless you make great contact, you're not necessarily going to get the greatest result out of it. Now up Cam Higaman, looking to extend his good fortunes of this kind of game, being able to break out of this slump. First pitch outside off speed. I don't know why I don't have the center fielder written down for some reason. It's Wilson. Why do I have 1 for Wilson? Interesting. Wilson caught that ball in center field as strike 1 comes into the at-bat here. Higaman gets out here. That'll be the first inning with no base runners for the Renegades. So maybe the Vikings have some good fortune towards them if they can turn this around here. 2-1 incoming. Way high and outside for ball 3. Hegeman, he got a single in the first inning. Ended up coming around to scoring. Got hit by pitch in the second inning and also came around to score. So 2 runs for Hegeman. Inside ball 4. So I take back what I said about possibly being a 3-up, 3-down, but Hegeman reaches on a walk, and here comes Teo Thompson, who's had a great day for himself as well. Got a triple in the second inning. 3 RBI triple. And he flew out to left fielder Wells earlier in the day. Ground ball off the pitcher's glove. Tries to field it cleanly to shortstop Suzuki, but can't make the play. Seems that the pitcher, Hummel, might be a little bit hurt here. I mean, Thompson roped that ball back up the middle with some oomph on that ball, and the pitcher got the glove on it, but I makes me wonder if it was maybe a little bit too much of the hand that caught him rather than the glove only. And it seems, as I'm saying this, Teo Thompson will be getting pinch ran for over at first base. I believe that is number 10, Tegan Riley, I believe, coming in to first. Yeah, that is. So runners on first and second. So Riley comes in for Thompson here. Seems that's now a closed book for Thompson. I mean, great day so far. 3 RBI triple in a single. Ground ball back. Hits the pitcher again. My goodness. Jeez Louise, the next pitch, it knocks right in the leg. Wow. Talk about misfortune here as Medina just ropes it right back up the middle again to the pitcher. And, I mean, he's getting a round of applause as he limps off the field here, as he's getting a pitching change. You can only say how positive of a day this was for Hummel. I mean, he comes in and deals. He really didn't give up that many runs. Did what he needed to do. Only gave up 4, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a lot for this Renegades team. And gets a nice round of applause as he hobbles off, as he was genuinely the ball magnet for those last 2 at-bats, last 2 pitches in a row. So we'll take a break here. We'll be back in about 30 seconds with our new pitcher. Welcome back, folks. We got a new pitcher to tell you about here. Jonah Calderas. Let me know if anyone give me a better pronunciation of that, but Calderas looking to clean up the damage. Left in a tough spot. I mean, he has 2 outs, but all these runs will be attributed to Hummel, who pitched about an inning and 2/3. Gave up, I believe, 4 earned runs and is responsible for these 3 on base here. So Jonah looking to put away this inning, not give up any more runs, but, I mean, look who you have up to bat. Chewy Vasquez, who's had himself a day. He's had a walk, hit by pitch, sac fly in the second, and now in the third looking for another hit here. They can continue this inning for 5 more hitters. Every hitter in the lineup will have hit in every inning so far, which, I mean, that's a tall ask, but it's possible. Want to know. Gets a sign. Kicks and deals. Ground ball left side. Third baseman. Cross it down to first. Got him. Great pitching performance by number 16 here, Jonah, to clean up the mess. I mean, that was a rough spot to be in with 2 outs and bases loaded with Chewy Vasquez up. But, I mean, you did exactly what you were called to do. You got called in to stop the damage, put the Band-Aid on the gushing wound that is the Barstow's scoreboard really right now. I mean, great job by number 16, and Renegades threatening to score many times, but can't get a run across that inning, which is a great sign for the Vikings here, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your Ohlone Athletics YouTube channel, broadcasting. The music is still going. Wow, that was a long time for the music to be going there. First pitch, top fourth, just outside. But as I was saying, welcome back. Glad y'all can watch this with us. If you're a Barstow fan, you're a little frustrated right now, but you can manage. Ground ball right side, through the hole for a hit. Great piece of hitting by number 26 Baggery there. That was a great swing. I mean, you can't ask for much more. When your team is down by so much and it's just so deflating being in the situation they're at right now, it's any base hit, any sort of help they can get from their offense will be much appreciated. So that surrenders the first hit of the game. The no-hit bid is done for the Renegades. Pop fly back for the first strike of the at-bat. Strike on the lower part of the zone. Now up is number 4, Amara. He had a fielder's choice on a play that was really important for the Renegades. Kikuchi threw out the runner at home, breaking for the plate as number 4 strikes out on 3 pitches. Yeah, I mean, that play was a big momentum stoppage for the Vikings. I mean, they had runners at second and third with 1 out, and a ground ball to Kikuchi immediately broke for home. I just wonder what was going on in that. Maybe they thought the Renegades would trade an out for a run by just going to first automatically, but I mean, the runner was out by a good margin. And you just wonder if maybe that is also a big factor in this. And then now you have Vaughn up, number 23, who got in a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. Ball in the inside part of the plate, 1-0-1 now. Renegades looking for the same fortune here. Looking for Vaughn to ground out straight to Chewy would be a almost guaranteed double play. Fly ball right side, flaring into the parking lot again. Heads up cars out there. They're going to jump over to the softball stream real quick. And let me refresh my page, take a look at how's it going. Renegades are currently down 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Flare ball straight to center field. Oh, good deke out there in center field by Medina to act as if he was going to catch the ball. I mean, that's a good play. It's high IQ. I mean, if he made it obvious that ball wasn't going to be caught, then maybe the runner breaks for third. Maybe number 26 Baggery is on his horse running to third base. But great deke out there, and Vaughn only gets held to a single. So you have runners at first and second with 1 out with Trailer up. Trailer from Japan. Oh, well. Fastball inside, strike 1. Trenton Trailer here taking strike 2 in the middle of the plate. Weather looking much nicer than this morning. I mean, I don't know about Armando here, but I was shaking in my boots. I was pretty cold this morning. Ball low and away. But, I mean, yeah, weather's sitting nice. The sun's starting to burn off the morning fog that was here. Beautiful blue skies. You can see Mission Peak, green hills. I mean, this is a great day for baseball out here. And what's nice from my selfish perspective, this game gets to be done earlier because we started at 10 in the morning. Got him. Strike 3. Great location out there in the outer part of the plate. Trailer goes down on strikes. Now's Wells, my fellow Washington High School alumni. I mean, part of me is, maybe he can get on base here. Maybe I'm rooting a little bit for him here. Oh, well. Ball low and away. I was talking to Tristan after the game here, and I was talking to him, how's your season been? How's it been at Barstow? Because, I mean, we both grew up here in Fremont, and it was a different, interesting adjustment for him. It's pass ball, high fastball, hard to catch. I mean, almost 88, around 86 miles an hour. Maybe a little miscue by the catcher. He apologizes to his pitcher for the miscue, and runners advance up 1 base. But I was saying, I was talking to Tristan about how the change to Barstow has been, and he's enjoying it. He's loving the LA life, kind of down south, not necessarily, just down south, enjoying it. New scenery, different from Fremont. Foul tip. Oh. Got the catcher Murphy here in some pain. I mean, I couldn't really tell where he got hit. Not really grabbing necessarily an area, but that was 86 from the pitch. Foul tip directly into him. Didn't seem to catch glove. Looks like Bain is going to be coming in and replacing Murphy here. I mean, you might as well. You don't want to push anything. Excuse me, I don't know why I thought I saw 26 on the number. It's McTighe. I don't know where that came from, but Max now going to be in the dugout, hopefully resting. Oh, speaking of 26, here comes Murphy. It's like I spoke it into existence. So Murphy will take over for Max here, who had a good day at the plate. Great catcher, too. Unfortunate that had to happen. I mean, probably looking forward to catching the rest of this game, but in comes Murphy for his injury, which hopefully isn't as bad as he's reacting to. Hopefully he can. It's just a bruise. Would be the best case scenario. Well, back down at softball. Let's see your updates here. Renegades threatening. First and second, nobody out. Bottom of the first. This is exactly what the Renegades have been needing. Oh, actually, it's 1-1 tie game. Bottom first. This is great for the Renegades. The Ohlone softball team's not been performing how they would like, and hopefully this game they can turn something around. I mean, if you want to go tune into that, Armando Golan is your announcer there, and maybe you can hear some insight about how that game's been going. Well, now we're back. Murphy into catch. 2-1. High, 3-1. Wells looking to have a different result from his first at-bat, being a strikeout swinging in the first inning. I mean, the second inning, excuse me. Strike 2. You do have an open base, so you don't necessarily have to pitch to him here, but with 2 outs, I would imagine they'd want to challenge him, especially with a strikeout in the second inning. 3-2. Looks back the runner second. Kicks and deals. Foul back. Tristan Wells was the owner of the 1 RBI and the 1 run on the board last game for the Vikings. 3-2. Chopper, third base, picked on a hop. Off balance throw. Sailed over the first baseman's head. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Wells will move up to second base on the throwing error. I mean, Wells is going to, it's probably going to be an infield single for Wells there. That would have been an extraordinary play if that was made. Then he'll advance on the error by Kikuchi there, which will end up scoring 2 runs. So now Lale, 2 outs, runner at second, 12-3. Maybe get some more 2-out rally magic going on here. Strike in the middle part of the plate. Something from, I mean, we can see from behind the plate here with our booth is Lale is stepping out of the batter's box. I mean, something you don't necessarily love to see is the foot going out rather than toward the pitcher. Fouled back, and I mean, I think that might result in him being very late. His first at-bat struck out swinging on a ball that he was probably, I mean, easily the second behind. Looking for better fortune here. 0-2, 2 outs, runner second. Kicks and deals. Foul back, almost caught by Murphy. Back to the screen, staying alive here. Lale looking to score. Wells. 0-2, here it comes. Good off-speed pitch, flared up. Short ball, center field comes in, ranging out. It drops between Chewy and Medina. Throw the plate, not in time. Wells will score on the heads-up base running with 2 outs, just instantly going around, not even thinking about what the play is, and that'll give them another run. I mean, that is a perfectly hit ball right between Chewy and Medina, who are both A-plus fielders out there. It's just not in time to get to the ball. So Wells coming around having a good day today. I mean, 2 RBI on the infield single with a throwing error and worked his way in to score. So Tristan must be happy about this outing so far. You know, it can only get better from here. 2-0 to the count for the 9-hitter, Wilson. Wilson's hitting about $158 on the year. Probably not exactly where he wants to be so far, but kicks and deals. Line drive, right side. Cleanly scoops. On the throw, ranges out to the right. Canberra barely pulls that in, but makes a play there at first base and ends the inning. So damage done. 3 runs for the Vikings here. And, I mean, they've come out threatening. They almost hit through the order on that one. Had 7 guys hit. Exactly what they needed. They needed 3 runs. They need to slowly chip away. They put up a fourth of what the Renegades have put up so far. And if you can just keep putting 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe even more than that per inning, you've got to force the Renegades to hit. Back on the mound is going to be number 16, Calderas, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back, folks. And to lead off the top of the fourth is bottom of the fourth, excuse me, is number 18, Hernandez. Looking to continue his day of good fortune with a base hit and a walk coming around to score in the first inning. Fouled off. Hits their catcher yet again. I mean, the catching is a ball magnet right now, but just the Vikings in general, they're a ball magnet. Everyone takes a second, takes up a little breather, and Leo's good to go, so continue the at-bat. 0-1. Kicks and deals. Ball way outside of the dirt. You know, I will say, I mean, if you're watching this broadcast and you're thinking, man, maybe the Vikings pitching needs some help around these later games, but I mean, watching him in warm-ups, he's got some nasty stuff. He's a bender that cutting it's cutting and dropping a lot. High fastball for ball number 2 of the at-bat. So it's not necessarily the lack of stuff, it's just the control. There's been too many hit by pitches, too many walks issued for the Renegades. And once you give the Renegades a free pass with how good their team is, it's like opening floodgates. 2-1, here it comes. High fastball, almost got him. Three and 1. Here's the pitch. Just outside, worked himself a walk. Here comes Canberra. Great day for him so far. 3 RBI triple. Ended up scoring on that when he was on third and got a walk and a base hit in the second inning. So 4th inning of work here, hoping to extend that stat sheet, add the average up. Low and inside fastball for strike 1 of the at-bat. Canberra looking to do some damage. Low and outside, good take. Fouled off left side. One and 2 here. Looking to do some more damage. Kicks and deals. Got him. Great pitching in that at bat by Calderas, and I mean, if you're Canberra, it's a little frustrating in a game like this. You want to continue growing your stat sheet and getting high numbers, but it's going to happen here and there. It's just a great at bat by the pitcher, working the count, getting the pitches he wants. Runner goes, throw down a second, not in time. So Hernandez with a stolen base. So Murphy now up in Max's spot, number 20, who went out of the game with an injury when he was behind the plate on a foul tip. Good take on the outside part of the plate there. Little check in on the Renegades softball girls. I've been hearing some interesting, celebrations from back there, and it's 1-1 top 2, but San Joaquin has bases loaded with nobody out. So this is a a threatening position for San Joaquin here with the Renegades in a rough spot. Nobody out, bases loaded. Let's see how the softball girls can clean this up. 2-1 the count to Murphy. Here's the pitch. Way high. Easy take for 3-1. High fastball, ball 4. So runners on first and second with 1 out for Joaquin Stewart coming up to bat. Stewart, good game for him as well. 2 RBI double in the first inning with a single in the second inning, ended up scoring on that as well. And then in the third inning, had a 6-3 ground out. Runners go, double steal, throw to third. Not in time. They're in plenty of time. Funny enough, as we were just talking about stealing stats, Hernandez is bumping up his steals right now. Hernandez threatening Bain for second place in the steal leaderboard. Murphy as well gets a stolen base on that. So for Stewart, second and third with 1 out. I mean, damage to be done here. Strike on the lower part of the zone. 0-2 in a little bit of a pitcher's count here. Not exactly where Stewart would want to be. Oh, 0-2, here comes. Fouled off to the right. Hit one of our support beams. A big dong went off and resemblance of a gong there. Oh, 0-2, here it comes. Almost hits him in the head there. Had a duck out of the way of that pitch. That's just an off speed that he wants to locate low and away, or maybe a little backdoor, and it just gets away from him. Loses the grip, probably maybe bad footing. 1-2, here it comes. Fastball. Right center field. Tracking, no one's going to get there. Cut off to the wall. Stewart going to second. Stand-up double for Stewart. Hernandez will score on the play. Curran upset with Murphy, most likely for base running. I thought that should have been red for sure as it was getting down. That never really had a chance to get caught, but that's probably what Coach Mike Curran is yelling at Stewart out of the dugout for not Stewart, Murphy, that you got to be more aggressive. I mean, even in a game like this where it's 13-4, I mean, on that play, no one even celebrated. There's not a single crack of clapping or positiveness from the dugout. And Curran's still holding his players to high standards, which is probably why he's had winning seasons every single time. Every season he's coached here, he's had a winning season. And 5 of them he's gone 10-0 to start the year. Ball bounces back. Unlucky kick back to the catcher, but it hits the umpire in the calf. And is a huge break for Murphy there, breaking from home to score on the pass ball. That could have been a hilarious play if the catcher saw it and caught it and tagged him out. I mean, that looked like it was a trampoline off the net here. So now runner at third, 1 out with Kashia up. Ball, same spot, low in the dirt. You know, as I started to talk about the weather an inning or two ago, clouds are coming over again. It's starting to cover the sun, and some pretty thick clouds are coming in. Wind gusts are pushing way out to center field. Ball 4, Kashia takes 4 balls low in the dirt for a free walk. But, I mean, if a hitter is going to hit something far, it's going to be now. And if it's anybody, it's got to be Higaman. I mean, Higaman's been in a slump to start this season. And coming into a game like this where he's got to feel confident in his abilities to hit off of pitching that's not necessarily been the greatest. Number 2, Higaman is going to be able to capitalize on this, and I know in his head he's going to be thinking, I got to capitalize on this at bat. It's not even for the team so much as it is just for him. Runners on the corners. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt again. That's the same release point, same results from Calderas. 5 pitches in a row. I don't know. Hoping to change up where he's throwing this ball. Higaman most likely taking all the way. And it hits Higaman. On the play, Kashia was stealing, and he gets a stolen base taken away from him, as he would have been there by a mile. But Cam unfortunately gets hit kind of in the back of the leg there. And now the bases are loaded, and looks like the coaching staff for the Vikings will come out and change up the pitching staff here. So close the book for Calderas. Not the greatest performance, but better than most, we can say. So after this pitching change is complete, I'll get you some new information about the new pitcher, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. So welcome back, folks. A little early back from the break here because some information about the previous pitcher, Calderas. He's actually an infielder. I was talking to Tristan Wells between the game break, and he was saying how half of their pitching staff is hurt right now. I don't know what specific injuries is going on. I would assume it's around elbow, shoulder, Tommy John area. That's kind of what you commonly see. But this makes a lot more sense. If you're a fan here and you're wondering, why is it 27-0, 12-1, and 14-4? Because they're pitching infielders now, matter of fact. I mean, Calderas is a registered infielder, and so is number 5, which don't know where he's going, but looks like changing the glove out perhaps. But number 5, Tristan Miley, is an infielder. He doesn't have registered stats yet on our stat sheet from the coach's point of view. Makes me wonder if this is either his first appearance as a pitcher, or maybe he's coming for games like this where no one really wants to take the stats. Not necessarily a need for the statistics here, but nonetheless, new pitcher in, hoping to get out of this inning scot-free with only allowing the 2 runs. If they can only give up 2 in this inning, that will be, practically at this point, a miracle. Every inning has been a very difficult task for the Renegades. Not for the Renegades, excuse me. Easy task for the Renegades, difficult for the Vikings. And if this continues to be the streak, this inning might go on for a long time, folks. Buckle up is what I'd say. First pitch, line drive, left field. Not going to get caught. We are going to be running for days here. Stewart scores. Kashia scores. On the throw, here comes Higaman. Play at the plate. Getting down is safe. No tag. Interesting. Ball definitely beat him there by a few steps, but didn't make an effort to even go for a tag. Wonder why that happened. Maybe he wasn't aware that Higaman was so far away, but that'll score 3 runs, put the Renegades up 17-4 on an RBI double. by Riley. And Riley had come in for Thompson previously, so on your scorebooks, if you hadn't already adjusted that, is now Medina comes in, who he's hit through. He's now had an appearance in 4 of the 5 innings, and he hasn't gotten out yet. Medina ground ball to first base. I swear the announcer's jinx is real. I mean, the next pitch is a slow ground ball to the first baseman, but nonetheless, even on an out, still productive out. Moves over Riley over to third base. Now with 2 outs, here comes Chewy Vasquez. So, I mean, so far, granted, Miley did end up having the 3-run score, but not his fault. They're not his runs. They were left on by Calderas, the other infielder who came in to pitch. And, I mean, I think before this game, Calderas didn't have a registered ERA because it just says infielder. Fly ball left center field by Chewy Vasquez. Under it, Canacorn is center fielder to retire the side. So only gave up 5. Could have been worse, especially with an infielder coming in to pitch, but still 5 nonetheless, and move on to the top of the 5th. Welcome back, folks, to our top of the 5th. Here from your Fremont campus of Ohlone College with the Renegades versus the Vikings. We have a new pitcher for you all here at home, and that is going to be Ben Thompson. Ben Thompson sit with a 0 ERA, 2 appearances. He doesn't have a win or a loss. 5.5 innings pitched. Only allowed 2 hits with 4 runners, I believe, or runs perhaps. But 3 strikeouts, 3 walks on the season. Funny enough, the first thing I thought when I saw Thompson, I thought, Klay Thompson. But then I look at his number, and number 30, he's wearing number 30, Steph Curry, while being Thompson. Kind of a little funny Splash Bros all over this player right here. So also correction from the last inning. It was bottom 4. And for some reason I was thinking it was bottom 5. But it was bottom 4, and Medina and Vasquez have now hit in every single inning. As there's a line drive center field, ranging in a center fielder to make the catch. 1 away. Medina just is such a great fielder out there. He really knows how to range out and pull down any ball that he sees. it's never a doubt there's going to be an out once it's hit out to Medina. I mean, you could say that about every player on this team, honestly. The fielding percentages are, I mean, they're all extremely high. Practically everybody on the team has an 1,000 fielding percentage. 0-1. Called strike. 0-2 now for Hershey, who's, I mean, not had a terrible game. He walked, ended up scoring in the first inning, and excuse me, he didn't score. Actually, Suzuki scored. He got stranded at third base, but he flew out to right field, and I believe, if I can remember correctly, that was the great play out there by Thompson, ranging out to his right and over-the-shoulder basket catching. That ball that was, I mean, the wind was carrying that ball far and far. That ball's popped up in play. Canberra calls it, knocks Thompson in the back, but it's definitely Canberra's ball. Good play out there for the communication. Second out of the inning. Curran telling Canberra that is his ball all the way. I mean, the reaction initially, because we didn't hear anything from anyone on the field, was it was going to be out of play. I thought it was coming right towards us. But it was actually straight up to where the pitcher was, a little shaded toward the first base bag. And yeah, it just makes you wonder why it wasn't called earlier. But maybe just kind of reading it, see who was going to get the ball there. Called strike on the outer half. And also, fans, just want to fill you in. I don't remember if we ever talked about this, but last game ended almost, in a way, prematurely to what me and Armando, my partner, were expecting. It's because when there's a double header, like there is today, there is a run rule effective, which is not in any other games that baseball plays. There's no run rules effective except for double headers. And it's 11. If you're up by 11 runs in the 7th inning, then the game is called. So the Renegades basically walked it off. They walked it off, got to 11 runs, and called the game in the 7th. Fly ball, left side, shading back, just crosses him up, can't make the play in left field. It's Hernandez, throws it in quickly, but that will be a double for Baggery, who's having a day for himself. He's 3 for 3. That was a tough play. I just wonder what it looked like. I mean, the sun is coming in from that way. Hernandez was kind of shading in as he saw the ball, but then backed up last second, and then it ended up crossing him up and going on the right side of his body. So I bet he'd want to see that one again and have another chance to catch that ball. Big swing and a miss on that one. On a great block by Murphy. So now up for the Vikings is Amara, who struck out swinging last at bat and had a fielder's choice on the same play we've been talking about, the Kikuchi third to home play that saved a run and basically ended the inning that inning. Another big sweeper outside blocked by Murphy. Looking for the same pitch that was swung on earlier, but Amara knew to take it, excuse me. 17-4, top 5 with 2 outs, 1-1 count, kicks and deals. Low outside again. Every pitch has been low and outside. I wonder if this is their game plan here, or if maybe 30 is just missing his spots. Who knows? We'll see where Murphy sets up on this next pitch. Sets up straight away, looking dead center strike zone. Kicks and deals. Fastball straight back to us. Hit the spot perfectly. Two outs. 2-2 count. Runner second. Looks him back. Kicks and deals. Just on the outer part, called ball. Thompson wanted it. You see it in his eyes. He wanted that strike 3. But now down to a full count. Don't necessarily want to walk him here. Here comes a pitch. Up the middle. Thompson fields it. Takes a few steps forward. Releases it. to Canberra for the third out of the inning. Scoreless top of the fifth. Great pitching work from Thompson, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our broadcast here on the Ohlone Athletics YouTube channel. Streaming the 17-4 ball game between the Renegades and the Vikings here against Barstow. If you're a Renegades fan, you're happy. You're looking at the scoreboard saying, nice, this is what we've expected, and coming out strong. Big sweeper there for strike one. Wow. I'd love to see a mile per hour on that pitch. 55. My goodness. But, I mean, if you're a Renegades fan, you're loving this. This is a great stream to watch. If you're a Barstow fan, maybe not so much. I mean, the pitching's been the story for them. It's been a lack of successful pitching. There's slow bender taking on the outside part of the plate. And really, it's just the Renegades are getting on board. Every at-bat, they're just getting on. They only have one inning held scoreless. Ground ball left side, dive by the third baseman, not in time. Left fielder will play it cleanly, throw it in, and base hit for Hernandez. Here comes Canberra, who's looking for... He had a good start to the game. His first 3 at-bats, very successful with a 3-run RBI triple and a walk in the first inning, and then a base hit in the second, but struck out swinging, which is one of the Renegades, if not the only strikeout the Renegades have. Two. There's 2. Hernandez struck out and Canberra struck out. So Canberra looking to erase that from his mind and come out with a fresh at-bat here. 0-1. Here it comes. Another slow pitch down in the zone. Bounce to the plate. Good block by the catcher. Lale. You know, doing these games without Armando reminds me a lot of, you know, obviously, if you guys know or not know, I know that seems we have a warning for, it looks like maybe a pitch clock, not necessarily a violation, but engagement in keeping eye contact. Because in case you guys didn't know, with the new rules for baseball and 3C2A and NCAA is you have to make eye contact with the pitch or with the hitter and the pitcher. You have to show your presence that you're ready to swing and ready to pitch, and then you can deliver. Which comes, you got to do that quickly because of the pitch clock with only 20 seconds. So, but anyway, as I was saying, you know that me and Armando, if you've been listening for the last few broadcasts, are Giants fans. We've grown up in the Bay our whole life. I've been in Fremont my whole life. And when I do broadcasts like this alone, and Armando, you know, is somewhere else, you know, doing softball right now, and I'm doing baseball, it reminds me a lot of 3-1 pitch here, taken strike high. camera looking to erase that and take a swing on this next pitch, but it reminds me a lot of Vince Scully. I mean, I give immense props to him. He was by himself on the Dodgers for I don't even know how long his career was. High fastball way above his head there for ball 4. So we have a base hit and a walk this inning. Christian Murphy up to bat now. Took over for Matig earlier in the game. But as I was saying, I mean, doing broadcast solo with, I mean, all the things I'm doing the scoreboard, looking at stats, watching the live stream, running the live stream, and the behind the scenes, everything you're seeing right now on our YouTube stream is all from my work of like the putting balls and strikes and doing little widgets and all these things. And I'm just so incredibly impressed by Vince Scully and his longevity of his career as a solo announcer. I mean, he was the Dodgers as a ball gets in the dirt behind him and all runners advance, no throw. And, I mean, it's just immense credit to him being a solo name for so long. And, I mean, being a legend of the sport. Might even be the greatest announcer of all time, you know, for me personally, behind Kruk and Kipe. But it's just so much props to him and all the people aspiring to be professional broadcasters. It's a lot of work. I mean, it's harder than you might think. A lot of people I know have been like, yeah, you know, I want to do this. I want to hopefully broadcast for professional. As ground ball left side of the shortstop, bad hop. Ate him up there, didn't get around the ball, and a run will score. Holding at third is Canberra. An RBI single for Murphy there with a little bit of a bad hop, but still got to stay in front of it as a fielder, but RBI single for Murphy. So runners on the corners. Canberra at third. Murphy at first. No outs with 18-4. But as I was saying, I mean, Vince Scully, a legend. If you don't know the name Vince Scully, just watch a few of any of the Dodgers games that he announced. Fly ball from Stewart, center field, tagging up his number 22, Canberra, and that will score another run. So productive out nonetheless for the Vikings. They're glad to record that out, but sac fly for Stewart. So now Murphy at first with Caden Kushia coming up. Good day for him today. Ball high and outside for ball 1 of the at-bat. I think, I mean, if you're looking for the Vikings to look at a summary of this game in this weekend, right? These Thursday, Friday games, I think ignore everything else. Partially just look at the runs and hits for Ohlone. The Renegades have 19 runs with only 14 hits. Kushia, ground ball shortstop. Takes the easy route to first base. Bad throw off the bag. But the first baseman picks it and spins around and tags the bag just in time to get Kushia with his great speed, which I have a feeling Caden was slowly jogging to first base there, as it was a pretty obvious out. But, I mean, that's why you got to hustle it out. You never know what's going to happen. But now it's 2 outs nonetheless, and here comes Higaman. First pitch swinging, foul ball. Yeah, as I was saying, I mean, the 19-14 ratio, you have 19 runs with 14 hits. That's something you rarely see because you're scoring 5 runs off of things that a pop fly, shallow right field here. Ranging in's the right fielder. Making the play the end of the inning. So only 2 allowed. Not the worst inning that the Vikings have put up as a pitching performance. And Renegades slowly adding to their lead here. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back, folks, to the Fremont broadcast of the game between the OC Renegades and your Vikings of Barstow. Seem to have some defensive switches here. I'll try and catch you up on these. Looks like our first baseman is now number 24, Derek Bain. So Bain will be coming in for Canberra at first base. And it looks like there's a new third baseman as well. I'll try to pick up his number as the first pitch of the inning comes high and inside. One zero, here it comes. Hard fastball outside for a strike. Coming in at 87 miles an hour, 88, matter of fact. Can never find me catching up to that, that's for sure. Here's Josh Vaughn, 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike two in the same spot. Placed that previous 88 mile an hour pitch, 89 this time. Josh Vaughn doing good on the day, grounded out to his 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. Had a single in the fourth inning that's he ended up scoring on. High and outside for ball two. You know, the weather's going in and out here. It was windy for a little bit these last few innings, but as I said to start the game, it's back to normal. It's back to sunny. Sun's beaming down. Strike three got him on the outside part of the plate. Great pitch. So, swinging strikeout for Josh Vaughn. Now comes Trenton Trailer. Looking to hopefully get a hit here, spark something in the offense of Barstow. Ball outside. Trenton Trailer having a rough day at the plate today, especially as the DH spot. I mean, I've heard, I was listening to an interview on the radio recently about DHs in that spot, foul ball right side, that being a DH as a hitter who normally didn't start as a DH, if you're a hitter that was maybe a first baseman, right? Give David Ortiz, for example. He played first, but then became a DH, right? And I even heard from him, too, that it became harder to be a hitter when you were at DH. And a lot of people say that because you're kind of out of the aspect of the game. You're not in the field on that half inning of not hitting. You're just kind of sitting in the dugout. You're not staying loose. You're not playing your position, being mentally involved in the game. And a lot of DHs, as there's a fly ball center field, Medina ranging in, Wagner going out, Medina sliding grab. Couldn't even see that because the catcher was in my way, but what a play. Actually, it's also changed. It's LT Lindsay now out there. What a play by LT. My goodness, sliding catch, laying out in front. There's a lot of defensive changes that I have not been aware of. So now here comes Wells. But as I was saying, with the DH spot, I mean, that is now an 0-for-3 day for Trailer if they can get another at-bat here, which I'm not sure they will because, folks, if you weren't aware, I believe we're only playing 7 innings this game. I heard from Coach Kern, flare ball by Wells out to Wagner at second base. Wagner corrals it in, and that's the inning. So as I was saying before, that fly ball there, Coach Kern previously to the doubleheader said we'll play 9 innings in the first game and 7 innings in the second game. Believe that's just because of the both teams agreed on it. Both guys love each other. I mean, it should be a quick next one full inning and a half inning coming up for you here, and I'll try and solve out these defensive changes, but we'll see them as they come up to the plate. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back, folks. So we'll come back a little bit early here because I have some things I want to talk about. So, updating on the Ohlone softball girls down about a few hundred feet next to me, down below these steps here on the baseball field. They are unfortunately here losing, I believe, now 11-1 in the top of the fourth. Let's see if maybe that got called back. Oh, there seemed to be third out. So only 10-1. So 10-1, top four, now going to the bottom of the fourth. The Lady Renegades are going to need a lot of effort to come back here. And I also had a question for you guys in the chat. I was talking about Vince Scully in baseball teams, and I just want to know, what is your guys' favorite baseball team? Because I know we have a lot of viewership from other places. Derek Bain's family's from Nevada. And I just wanted to hear, what are your guys' favorite teams, and combined with that, announcing crews? I know there's a lot of announcing crews for every team, 2 to 4 guys, maybe even 6 guys sometimes, depending on the group. So I just want to hear who your guys' favorites are. As Tegan Riley comes in a step in the bottom of the 6th inning. High fly ball left side. Wells ranging back, warning track. Dancing out there, but caught for the first out of the inning. For a split second there, I was looking out at the wind and looking at the ball trajectory. Was thinking Tegan might have had his second home run of the weekend so far, but not enough oomph on that ball. And now here comes the top of the lineup, which is going to be our change that we're going to talk about. This is now no longer Medina. This is Lindsay, LT Lindsay, playing in center field in place of Medina. So you can close the book on Medina. Holy words. Medina had a great game. Hit by pitch, single ended up scoring, got a walk that he went to second on, got a single in the third, a 3 unassisted in the fourth, and he hit 4 innings and called it a day right there. So now comes in Lindsay, who had a great sliding play earlier in the game, about 5 minutes ago in center field. Ball 3 of the at-bat. But yeah, let me know, folks, who your favorite baseball team is and who your favorite crew is, who you enjoy hearing on the radio and who you enjoy hearing live as well, watching the game, hearing the voice behind the game as Lindsay walks here on 4 pretty uncompetitive pitches. Kaz Omamoto, the team favorite, is now replacing Chewy Vasquez at shortstop. So you can close Vasquez's book. Chewy had a game, but not what he necessarily would have wanted. He had a good game, but could have better. He finished with a walk hit by pitch, sac fly, ground out, and another fly out. So can't record anything for the average today, but got his on-base percentage up a little bit as the first pitch is taken as a ball. Second pitch, strike down the middle of the plate. Weak ground ball to the first base coach. Oh, what a play over there. Got a little love from the dugout there on that play at the first base. So 1-2 to Omamoto. Checks the runner at first. Kicks and deals. High fastball fouled back. Omamoto staying in here. Kaz doing a good job of working the count. Feeling confident in the box here. He doesn't get the starting position normally because, I mean, when you have Chewy Vasquez ahead of you, it's quite hard to get the starting position as he takes a close ball outside. And I believe now coming for Hernandez after this at-bat will be number 13, Emmett Johnson. So we can add Johnson to the score sheet. Ball 3 taken. So 3-2-1 out. With Lindsay at first, good speed from Lindsay. He might steal, but, I mean, in a 19-4 game, I would imagine Curran wouldn't put the steal sign on. Line drive through the gap on the right side of the field. Lindsay running to third. Big round at first base by Kaz on a single past a diving first baseman. Great swing there by Kaz. Great at-bat by Omamoto. So on that play, Lindsey will advance to third as now Emmett Johnson comes in for number 18, Hernandez. So we can close the book for Hernandez as they pick off. That might genuinely be the first pickoff attempt at first base I think we've had this whole 3-game series. That was a rarity right there. First pitch swung out of his shoes on that one. Really wanted that pitch. My goodness. So Hernandez, great day today. Had a walk and a base hit in the first inning. Struck out in the second inning, but for the fourth and fifth inning, walked and got a base hit, which he scored both times. So good block by the catcher, Lale there. Productive day for Hernandez, which, I mean, when it's 19-4, as Armando was saying in the game of 27-0, it's hard to say who didn't have a productive at-bat and a productive game, perhaps, as ball 2 is taken outside. Renegades for softball. Let's get a little update here because I believe it is now still 10-1, bottom 4, 1 out, 0-2 count with a runner at first. Ball taken outside, 3-1 to Emmett Johnson now. Who Emmett Johnson, I mean, he hasn't been in much, but, I mean, he doesn't have the greatest average, but his ability to make a difference out on the field, woo. As he swings and misses at that pitch, it jammed him. He actually loses the bat. Almost hits the on-deck hitter there, which is Derek Bain coming in for Julian Cambra. So out of the 2 swings Johnson's had, 2 very interesting ones. Swung out of his shoes on the first one. Second swing, fouls it off and loses the bat. Something you don't see very often. The only major bat losing I can think of is when Manny Machado threw his bat at the pitcher. Big cut here by Emmett Johnson, ranging to his right center fielder. Under it to make the play. Tagging is Lindsey from third base, and that's going to be an RBI for Johnson. So, sac fly for Johnson. Scores Lindsey from third. And here comes Bain. With 2 down, a 20-4 game. You have Omamoto at first. Good speed at first base. If Bain makes good contact, might score from first in the gap. Ball outside. Heard some groans from the visiting Vikings here. Probably hoping to just expand the zone, really. I mean, they're down 16 runs. You really want to expand it and second pitch hits Bain. Bain will not get to swing the bat this inning. And he will get hit by pitch. So that now puts runners at first and second with 2 down with Christian Murphy up to bat, which he had a single in his last at-bat, which he got the second on. But as I was saying earlier, I think that the Vikings fans here are just hoping the strike zone can get expanded. Strike down the middle on the first. So, I mean, if we do some quick math here, we'll see how I can do this. 27 runs plus 20, so 47, plus 12 in the last game. So we're sitting at 59. Foul back, hit the catcher and umpire, graze them. We're sitting at a 59 runs the Renegades have put up in the last 3 games. This game's still continuing. And the Vikings have put up 0, 1, and now 4. So the Vikings have put up 5. So it's a 59-5 outscore, which is something that the fans don't want to hear. I mean, they're not excited about that, especially people who have come from Barstow to travel on a long trip, a long car ride up here, especially with a weekend, but fouled back by Murphy over near the batting cages. And Denise Bain, your favorite team is the White Sox, but the rest of the family likes the Dodgers. Ooh, interesting. I can imagine that Vin Scully's been a part of their life for a while as well. It's great to hear. And the count is 2-2 here. Scoreboard has it off by 1 ball, but hopefully they can fix that up. Growing up, I would watch the Cubs on WGN listening to Harry Carey and Steve Stone, although I've always been a Giants fan. 2 legends right there. I mean, There have been so many legends of the game in the announcing perspective that sometimes they're even more famous than the team alone. It's the voice of the team that fly ball shallow center field here, ranging into center fielder under it, and that is the third out of the inning. But as I was saying, I mean, the announcers, and thank you, Aaron and Denise, for sharing that, the announcers of a team really dictate, as a fan base, like, how the games go. I mean, if I were watching the Giants games growing up from, as long as I can remember, I loved hearing Kruk and Kipe on the radio and hearing them make fun calls. I mean, one of the most iconic calls that me and my parents still quote today is there was a Hello Kitty day that they were advertising. They were advertising Hello Kitty bobbleheads. And Kruk and Kipe, they go, hello, kitty. And that was one of the most hilarious things to me. And we still quote it today. Anytime I see a Hello Kitty advertisement or anything along those lines, that go, hello, kitty. I don't know if any of you remember that game specifically, but I mean, it was probably mid-2000s when the Believe in run was going on from 10, 12, and 14 as Giants fans. But we'll take a quick 30-second break here as we get a new pitcher. I'll let you know about him after we come back from the break. You're watching Renegades Baseball on the Ohlone Athletics YouTube channel. So quick break here. Welcome back, folks. We have our new pitcher to talk about, Nick Valentine. Hasn't seen too much action here as a Renegade, but he has, unfortunately, an 18 ERA. I imagine that's because he's only pitched 1 inning and given up 2 ERA. So if you do the math, that's going to be 18 earned run average per 9, but it's really he's only given up 2 runs in an inning pitch. So not terrible. Ignore the 18. It's a bit aggressive, as first pitch is taken outside for a ball. But here's Lale, number 2, Ben Lale, who's hitting .333 on the season with 3 at-bats, which that's definitely changed now. These stats are before today. And honestly, probably, they were before today. So yesterday's stats counted, but Lale having a decent day. Been down in the squad all day, so I can imagine he must be hurting. And he has a strikeout swinging with a base hit that was an RBI. So he has an RBI on the day, which is good for him. 3-1 now on the pitch down the middle, which was muffed a little bit by Murphy. I almost said Sean Murphy. I've been thinking, every time I say Murphy now, I think of Sean Murphy. If you fans at home know that. A ball 4 on the outside part of the plate. So Lale will get a board on a walk. And fans, too, just as we're kind of, getting a new hitter up, Wilson, up to hit, I just want to thank you all for joining us today on this broadcast. And over all these fans, I mean, you are all so loyal now with each game, and it's much appreciated. I really enjoy being able to talk to you guys, have a great, relaxed broadcast, and give you some fun facts about players, stats, and talk about different things. And you guys have been an amazing crowd, chatting, keeping us interested. We love it. Me and Armando both talk about this off air all the time. That we love when you guys send us chats, keep us. A pickoff almost got him, actually. If Lale was caught a little bit sleeping there. I mean, when you have a lefty on the mound, it's much easier to pick off and make a good move. But as I was saying, me and Armando love it when you guys chat to us, ask us questions. It keeps us entertained from, talking to ourselves. We can't see you all at home. We get around 300, 400 total viewers in a day, and you're not in front of us. You're all behind a screen from who knows where you're watching from. But it's so amazing. I just want to thank you all for being here and supporting us, as that was a swinging strike in the heart of the plate. And, I mean, this has been such a fun ride with us doing these broadcasting games, and we're only getting started. We're improving as every day goes on, looking for more graphics for you guys. We might even be able to implement a sort of a replay system if we get some cool plays here and there. So yeah, just let us know. Again, we have an email, athletics@ohlone.edu. So that's athletics at ohlone.edu. And if you have any questions, concerns, ideas, or just feedback from me or Armando on our broadcasting, our ability to broadcast, we love to hear it. We only want to keep improving, and we want to give you guys the best broadcast we can, as that is a perfectly painted pitch on the inside part of the plate for a backwards K, which is now Wilson's second looking strikeout on the day, which he might want to forget about today's at-bats if I were him. Now back to the top of the lineup, Suzuki here, hitting with 1 out and a runner at first. But yeah, I mean, our email is athletics@ohlone.edu, and we love getting your emails. We love seeing the comments and the feedback we have. We've heard some good feedback, and I want to hear some positive feedback, that's some criticism too. We want to get some positive feedback that can help us be better. We want to keep being better for you guys, and if we can supply a broadcast to where it feels as if you're here with us on the Fremont campus, and I mean, that'd be amazing. That's exactly what our goal is for these streams, is to make you feel like you know the athletes and that you are here on the field with us and getting inside information that some of the people as spectators here can't necessarily get either. So once again, athletics@ohlone.edu is the email for that. And send in anything you want. I mean, even if you don't want to send it on there, send it through the chat. We're I think my mic might have cut off there. I think I went out to change the timing that the stream would end because one of our other streams ended too early, so I wanted to make sure that was okay. As that was a pickoff move, Coach Kern over there audibly saying, "Look at the scoreboard, dude. We don't got to pick off. It's time to just execute your pitches. Ignore the runner. I mean, we're up 16. It's about to be a run rule after these 3 outs. Not even a run rule. It's just about to be game over. Ground ball to the right side. Bain goes to second. Back to first. Not in time. Got 1 out there. Bain, good play by throwing it over to second. Denise, I bet you're happy to see Derek make that play, coming at first base. So that will be a fielder's choice for Suzuki. We'll reach base on a fielder's choice. So now we're at 2 outs. I believe they are down to their last out of the game here. And if my eyes don't deceive me, we have a new player. We have number 11 coming in, Casey Ackrey, it seems like. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but if anyone's watching for Casey, please let me know if that's how you pronounce it. Ball outside for ball 1. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Coach Kern said we will only be doing 7 innings this game. So this seems to be the last out of the game here. And if it is, perfect timing for me to just have said all that to you guys about our email, talking in the chat. We love everything we hear from you guys and all the feedback we get. I mean, it's just the best thing in the world. We appreciate every single one of you guys. We love streaming it as much as you love watching it. It's just such a fun time for us because it's getting to do what we love. We get to watch baseball games and talk about them. And if you guys are enjoying it, we're enjoying it, and we're all happy here. So 2-1 pitch incoming. Foul ball straight back to the screen. 2-2. So, again, if I'm not mistaken, this Barstow's down to their final strike. Final strike of the 3-game little weekend we had going on here. Two outs. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, got him swinging on the outside part of the plate. And I stand corrected, in fact. Maybe because we're finishing the 7th, or maybe we are going through 9, but we're continuing. I was waiting to see what was going on. People were coming out, but infielders go out on the field, and we'll continue the game here. So stay tuned with us. We'll come back in about 30 seconds, and I'll tell you about this new pitcher we got. Welcome back, folks, to our broadcast here. I mean, these breaks aren't very long. I do enjoy talking to you guys, keeping you entertained here. I've heard from some feedback, too, that this is just a good thing to have on in the background. A lot of people have been, one of our head staff here at Ohlone College puts it on his TV and just plays it as the game goes on. So it's some nice white noise and keeps him involved in all these games. That way everyone can kind of know what's going on. I've heard other staff, too, around Building 9 on Fremont campus, which is our athletics building. A lot of them just keep it on. They love hearing how the games are going. And when we didn't do these broadcasts, it led a lot of the staff to not really knowing much about the team and much about how it's going. But Wagner, deep left center field arranging over warning track, under it for the first out of the inning. Heard a little audible uh-oh in the stands, as people might have thought that was going to go, but fly out to 8 out there in center field. And that was Wagner coming in for Stewart, by the way, in case anyone didn't realize. He's been at second base. Umpire signals a new hitter as well. Number 23, Anthony Mars, who got some action last game, will be coming in for Casilla. Mars is number 23, takes the first pitch as a strike. And I believe I said when we come back, we'll talk about a new pitcher, but it's actually the same pitcher. It's been Miley, who is an infielder, who's, I think, a usual straightaway third baseman, if I don't mistake myself, but almost got him looking. Fans wanted it. Maybe they're hoping there's some more wider strike zones we were talking about. Off speed, high and away. So looking back at the softball for the Renegades, they're playing San Joaquin Delta, which was going to be a tough game. Ground ball, second base, hustling out of the box. Throw to first, got him in time. That's 2 down. Love to see the hustle there. I mean, it's always great to see a player at any level out of the box. Hard 90 no matter where it is. If it's ground ball second base, ground ball third base, fly out way deep center field, wherever it is. You want to see a hard 90. But anyway, back to the softball game. Unfortunately, the Renegades are down 1-12, bottom 5. And if I do remember right, from covering the softball games, which was yesterday when they also got run ruled, once it hits the 5th inning, ball bouncing the plate, and one of the teams is winning by 8 through the 5th inning, it is a run rule. So the Renegades might finish, the softball Renegades might finish almost around the same time baseball finishes, which would be funny. Big cut by Cam Higaman there for strike 1 of the at-bat, which would be funny because, what am I trying to say? Because softball started an hour later than baseball. Higaman almost gets hit in the face there. Watch out, Higaman. Mars, that was a 4-3. Don't forget to put that down. And Higaman here, one of the only players, actually the only player to not get subbed out today is Higaman. And he gets walked. So Higaman, most likely his last at-bat of the day. He'll finish with a single hit-by-pitch walk, hit-by-pitch, fly out to right field and a walk. So he will have had 2 walks, 2 hit-by-pitches, and a base hit. So here's Riley. Hard hit between the 5-6 hole to left fielder, who seems to, it's a new left fielder out there replacing Wells. Not sure who it is. Didn't get info on that, but good swing by Teagan there to continue the movement of the Renegades lineup here. We now have first and second with Lindsay back up. LT Lindsay. So funny enough, we were talking about last game, me and Armando were talking about what does LT stand for? Taking some guesses on what LT might stand for his name. And we found out that it's, I'm not 100% base hit up the 5-6 hole. Believe Higaman will be held up even with a bobble play in left field, but Leverin T. Lindsay is his name. I was making a joke about Lieutenant Lindsay, all these kind of guesses, but we know his name, and we've said it now, as there's a base hit in the same spot that Teagan got his hit from. So, bases loaded, 2 down, with Omoto up. If he gets a hit here, ground out, first baseman fields it, kicks to the pitcher, got him at first. I was just going to say before Omoto grounded out there that if he gets a hit here, I would imagine everybody on the field is going to be yelling his name if he got an RBI in that at-bat. But nonetheless, next inning continues. It seems we are still going on. That would be a yes. I might just be behind on the program here of when we're ending this game, but we are now moving on to the top of the 8th, so stick with us for this 30-second break, and I'll give you a new pitcher as well. We'll be back here at Fremont campus in 30 seconds. Welcome back here, folks, at the Basin to Mission Peak here at Fremont campus with your 20-4 game of the Ohlone Renegades versus the Barstow Vikings. So no new pitcher. I don't know who I thought I saw over there, but up to bat is a new hitter. I believe we will now have number 27 coming in for number 26, Bagri, I believe, unless my score sheet is wrong. So now number 27, Christian Baker, will come in to hit. Take first pitch strike in the middle of the plate. Strike 2, early 0-2 count here. And Denise Bain, thank you. Yes, it's really fun doing this. I mean, I hope that everyone here can enjoy me and Armando's broadcast, especially when we're solo. I mean, really, the softball one I did yesterday was the first solo broadcast I've ever had, and today will be the first baseball one. So this will be not very often because swinging miss, strike 3. So Baker will have one at-bat and one swinging strikeout, and that'll just add to Valentine's numbers. But anyway, this is the first solo broadcast I've had at baseball. Well, number 30 steps in for the Vikings. Let me find who this is. Number 30. Let's see. Thomas Cunningham, who doesn't have any hitting stats on my stat sheet, but Cunningham will be replacing Amara, the first baseman. Get this written down here. We have a 2-0 count. Good 2 takes right there. But anyway, this is my first baseball solo broadcast, and I don't think there will be many more solo broadcasts from me and Armando. It's going to be mainly partner work, which we enjoy most because, I mean, for me, it's a lot. I think I'm managing well. It's decently managed, but I have my score sheet in front of me, stats pinned up with my phone on a bag. I'm working the score sheet, or not sheet, excuse me, as Cunningham walks, which the dugout is fired up for Cunningham. That was some noise right there. But as I was saying, I'm working a lot of stuff here, and it can be a lot. I mean, I'm trying my best, and I hope that you guys can see it's still a quality. I hope it's still a quality broadcast. But as I was saying, I mean, me and Armando will be partner working most of the season, which we enjoy a lot. It's way better to do that than with solo because it just takes the pressure off. It lets Armando get more stats individually, more 3C2A stats, and I can work on more personal, like the coaching stats, little fun facts about them, and then I can only work the YouTube stream, and it gives us more freedom to work. But I think we're doing decent on solo. Armando has a helper with him to do the Speedio and YouTube stream because he's not 100% trained on it quite yet. But he will be, as strike 2 is swung on by Vaughn, who is also stayed in the game here. Vaughn's had a rough day, I'll say. He's 1 for 3. Grounded out into a double play in the first. Had a single which scored him. He ended up scoring in the 4th. That's his foul back to the plate. And he had a strikeout swing in the 6th. So Vaughn's back up in the 8th, looking to make his day 2 for 4, hitting 500 on the day. 1-2, kicks and deals. Foul tip caught by Murphy. Good squeeze there by Murphy behind the plate. That's a very difficult thing to do as number 18, Trailer, comes in. Trailer's had a rough day. He's hoping to get out of the hit list column today. Trailer from Japan. He's flown out to right field, struck out swinging, and flown out to center field. As ball 1's in the dirt. So Trailer hoping to make his day not a 0, hoping to add to the stats. Before this day, Trailer was hitting .214 with 14 at-bats and 3 hits, I believe. Ball in the inside part. Plate. So Trailer hoping, I mean, I would imagine after this first game this morning might have gone down a little bit. I don't remember how much Trailer actually hit much, but strike in the middle of the zone. And I'm glad I moved the time for this YouTube stream because we would have been cut off quite rudely, matter of fact. It would have just shut off without a warning. But I moved it to an hour out, so we should be ending the Speedio stream. Because the way this works, for some behind-the-scenes inside info for you guys here, the Speedio stream is what I'm working on, and then that gets relayed to YouTube. And so that's what you guys are watching is from YouTube. But Speedio Play is our company. Ground ball left side. Looking at 2. Got him at second base for the third out of the inning. As I was saying, Speedio is what I'm working on here, and 5-4 put out, and that gets related to YouTube. So Speedio has a timer for every single outing we have of a game, and so if that game length isn't set all the way to like the max time, it might be able to cut off. And so sometimes games run longer. Like this one is now run from 1 p.m. to now about to be 4 p.m. So we're about to be a 3-hour game here. In Speedio, we scheduled it for like 2.5 hours. So luckily I changed it. We're all good. And now we're heading into the bottom of the 8th inning with looks like it'll be Johnson, Bain, and Murphy up to hit with the same pitcher, number 5, Miley. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back here, folks, to the live stream we've been covering for this game between the Renegades and Vikings. So, unfortunate news for you Renegades fans out there. The softball girls ended up losing in a mercy rule in 5 innings, 2-12 to San Joaquin Delta, which I believe moves their season to 0-11, 0-12 now. We know they're winless, which is hard as a Renegades fan, working these games. You want to see every team succeed, as Emmett almost gets hit there on the inside part of the plate for ball 2. But 2-12, this wasn't necessarily an expected close game. I think I was preparing for Emmett swings out of his shoes yet again. He's looking for a home run ball is what he seems to be wanting. I believe last time he swung and missed, it flew the bat out of his hands. And I think I didn't get to... Oh, super high fastball. Good catch by Lale there. I didn't get to say my point from the bat flying out of his hands. The main time I remember a bat flying out was Manny Machado throwing the bat at the pitcher/third baseman. Super high pop fly here. Emmett Johnson throws the bat down. Third baseman calls it. Pop-up dance, and he catches it. Corrals it for the first out of the inning. Get some praise from his dugout over there. I'm assuming that was number 27, I believe, at third base. Yeah, Baker. He probably doesn't get in much. That's why they were applauding his effort out there. Now Derek Bain. So, Denise, if you're listening, here he is. Derek Bain. Ball high and outside. So, Bain got hit by pitch. Bain swings, lines it to right field, just too short at the warning track. Corral it for the second out of the inning, hoping that might have had enough legs to get up over the fence, but never really looked like it. So Bain will probably end his day 1 for 2, with Canberra before him having a great day with, I don't know how many times I got to say this, but a 3 RBI triple. Having some issues with maybe the bat, perhaps. Murphy might not have been ready to come up to hit. Maybe he didn't realize he was up, which, if that's the case, Murphy is going to have a rough day with Curran, because Curran's been chewing Murphy out. As there was a play earlier in the day, a base running mistake, which didn't result in anything, but it was a double that was never going to get caught out in left center on an absolute screamer, and Murphy kind of just stood there and watched it as he tips off this first strike. And, I mean, maybe now with whatever happened in the dugout right there, hopefully Murphy isn't too scared of Coach Curran after this, but bouncing ball outside for ball 1. Murphy, if you just joined us, Murphy came in for Matig earlier in the game, Max Matig, number 20, the catcher, because he ended up taking a foul tip. It looked like back into the chest protector, but not 100% sure, but it caught him pretty hard, and he took a while to get off the field, and he walked off on his own power, luckily enough, but just, I think in a game like this, it was already about 15 to 4, I believe, or 15 to 4 probably. And they just decided to take him out. No reason to push it. Murphy with a nice swing of the bat, up the middle of the field. Gets himself another base hit. Here comes Paul Wagner. He is coming in for Stewart, who had a pretty good game, really good defense out in second base. He had an error to start the game, which was unfortunate, which is one of the 2 Ohlone errors. And Kashia was the other error, which was a throwing error, which resulted in a run in that 3-run fourth that the Vikings put up. And that's honestly something rare. That might be something to talk about, is in a game in the future, as Murphy threatens to go, big secondary, but comes back to the bag on a bouncing ball to the plate. In games in the future, when the Renegades are playing conference opponents who are very difficult, who it will take everything in them to win. They can't be producing simple errors, because if you look at the error sheet, the first hitter of the game, Stewart, made that fumble, which he ended up scoring. So that error resulted in the 1 run in the first. Paul doesn't even take the bat off of his shoulder for that take on the 3-0 pitch. And then with Caden at third base, he threw airmailed the first baseman, which resulted in another run. Great swing of the bat here. Deep fly ball center field. Ranging back at the fence. Kotz just chasing back. Barely caught it. And I believe we're heading to the 9th. So that will end the 8th inning. No runs put up. Renegades have been shut out in the last 2 innings, which is great for the Vikings' sake. And we have a new pitcher on our hands. I'll let you guys know about him when we come back from this 30-second break. You're watching Renegades Baseball here at the Fremont campus. Welcome back, folks, to the Renegades Vikings baseball game here at a score of 20-4 in the top of the 9th inning. It's been a ball game filled with Renegades success and Vikings pitching, I'll say. Errors were lacka for the Vikings, only one, which is a great turnaround because I was talking to some players between the games here. In game 1, where it was 27-0 and the Vikings committed 7 errors, was a miscue. He said the player I was talking to said that never happens. Seven errors is just rare. I mean, that's not how we play. But I mean, this is a great turnaround for the Vikings because it went from a 0 to a 1 to a 4. You can only hope the improvement makes them positive and makes them feel better. But for the Renegades, I mean, they've been doing what they do the best. They continue to dominate. They continue to pound exactly how they need to. And they're showing that with a 20-4 score. And as number 0 comes in, checking in, it'll be number 0, Jackson Francisco, who's hitting .286 on the year. And our new pitcher on the mound is LeBlanc. So number 27, Dane LeBlanc. First pitch strike. Great way to start your 9th inning. And he's sitting at a 4.26 ERA with 4 appearances with 6.1 innings pitched. Decent numbers. I mean, in comparison, it's about double over more than half of the other pitching staff. But it's really, when there's high ERA for the Renegades, it's off of around just a few innings pitched. It's a few blow-up innings and they get taken out. But LeBlanc has some nasty stuff. I mean, he has stuff that you don't want to deal with. As that's swung at and strike 3 call on 3 pitches. And getting information that Dane LeBlanc is actually 5th in strikeouts in the conference for pitching and also 4th in K per 9. We have a new hitter here, number 55. Hunter Rasmussen, maybe. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, if anyone knows. First pitch strike. So far he's thrown 4 pitches and 4 strikes. It's a great way. I mean, it's perfectly an example of what's been going on for his whole season so far with his Ks per 9 and strikeouts per 9. Pitch number 5 of his appearance. Ground ball, first base. Baines there, takes it himself, 2 outs. The Renegades are now 1 out away from closing off this 3-game series to end on a 20-4 win. So number 35 will come in for Wilson. 35 is Weston Morgan. Morgan here, before today, and the stats previously had a 1,000 batting average because he had 1 at-bat and 1 hit. So not sure what it is now. With the 6th pitch of LeBlanc's day as a strike. He's only thrown strikes. It's 2 strikes away. And as I'm speaking, the softball game live stream has ended. It's ended 12-2, as you guys know. And Armando Galan is up here now with me watching the rest of this game. And I hope softball fans came over here to this stream to enjoy a win for once. It's been a rough season for softball. We know it. Me and Armando have been down there game in and game out seeing it, but here we are down to the last strike. Fly ball right side, shallow, and it falls for a hit. So number 35, Weston Morgan will continue this game on a base hit to the right side. Not going down without a fight, these Vikings are. Now up to bat number 31, Suzuki, who hasn't been subbed out all game, one of the few players on both sides who stayed in since the start. He's had a rough game for himself. He got on an error, which ended up being the only run in the first inning, as there's a ball taken outside. And then he had a 6-3 ground out, fly out to center field, and a fielder's choice, which he reached on first base. So he's been on base twice, but 0 for 4 on the day. 1-0 pitch, here it comes. Fly ball left side. Stay fair. It is foul off the fence. Almost. I mean, didn't necessarily have the distance, but a few feet to the left was the difference between a a swing and a great double by Suzuki here. Who's needed it? I mean, he's been on base twice, but can't record any average for it. 1-1. Gets the sign, kicks and deals. Inside. Called strike 2. Almost hit him, but called strike 2 on the play. Now the Vikings down their last strike. Let's see if they can extend this game. Gets the sign. 1-2. Suzuki. Ground ball left side. Hard play. Shortstop. Kaz over to first. Made the play. Game over. Momoto with the game-ending play. Momoto with excellent show of the glove. Flash of the arm. And, folks, that is how your game is going to end. It's going to end in a final score of 20-4. The big stories on even the weekend has been Renegades pitching dominating. The Renegades have had top-ranked numbers in the conference. And without the pitching, who knows where they're going to be at. I mean, the bats are there. In this game against Barstow, the pitching wasn't necessarily up to par of most people, so the high runs might deceive you a little bit from the future of Renegades baseball. And, I mean, overall, if you're a Renegades fan, you loved this weekend. You loved watching these games. You loved being able to see your Renegades succeed in 2 games where they scored 20 or more runs, and the second game of the series was a 12-1. So they're now undefeated on the season, climbing the ranks of the Perfect Game national rankings and probably ranked around 4th in the state. It's a great thing to hear if you're Coach Kern, knowing that you have a good team ready to fight for anything you can for the future of this program. So, I mean, overall, great weekend. It was great to announce this with Armando on day one. We really only announced one game together, which was game 2 of day 2, game 1, which was this morning, and he announced Ohlone game 1 by himself, and I did game 3 by myself. And with all that being said, it's been fun. We have so many more games ahead of us. This isn't even conference yet, so we have so much more time to experience the team that we have and the possibilities and endless possibilities of what this team is going to end to. So thank you all for joining us today. We love to hear you guys in the chat. We love having you watch. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Keep this channel pumping out to the algorithm. We've gained over 40 subscribers in the last week, so we appreciate that, and that's an amazing number. And it's so great to see that us doing what we love, broadcasting a game, giving the fans at home something they want to see, ends up gaining for us as well, and we have the support we want. And overall, thank you all so much for tuning in. I've been Bodie Ward, and Armando Galan next to me.